Even if it is a local diaspora, we welcome all of you. Because this is our program, a program that incorporates the entire sectors of the electoral district of 9. So, for example, like I said, I was saying, the health sector, we committed ourselves and pledged that we're going to work with the health sector. That's why in Zanzee, we work with Acres of Hope Belgium, an NGO that helped us to construct a clinic. Today, as you enter Zanzee, on the left-hand side, right before you enter the main town, there's a clinic that has been turned over to the county health team. That's one of the projects that we work with. The Baptist clinic is in Zanzee also, and we made a contribution, at the day of dedication. When we talk about the education sector, we committed ourselves to work with the team to ensure that our education sector is improved. Grade, Vamo High School in Grade. It was a junior high school, but with the citizens' efforts and their commitment, we worked together, and today it is a high school. It has been identified and earmarked, for construction of additional facilities. So we are happy about that. That's just one instance. Today, we have constructed a 6-classroom school building in Gipa. That's part of the education effort. In B and Doru, we constructed the benches in Kiamwan School. Beautiful school building, did not have seating capacity at all, but we constructed the benches there. As we speak, we are doing similar project in Tia Town, where there's a beautiful school building again, but no seating capacity. So it is not being used. But our team is there constructing the benches for that area. We talk about youth development. What do we do to develop our youthful population? We say sports is a unifier. Sports is the heart desire of our youthful population. That's why every county league, we make it our purpose to support at the highest level our county, district league participants. Whether we are told, we are not told, we will support them, and we have been doing that consistently over the years. As we speak, our youth league is organizing a district-wide sporting activity. County-wide sporting activity. It was interrupted because of personal situation, but the teamwork is going on so that in the shortest possible time we'll have that league staged in the district. When we talk about road rehabilitation, that's the biggest challenge of the district. Road rehabilitation. So we committed that indeed we were going to help our people to do our roads and keep it passable. I can say, though we may not have concrete bridges, though we may not have solid bridges that will last forever, but I can say without fear that indeed our roads have been passable. Whether rain or shine, our roads have been passable where we don't get stuck and the road gets cut for weeks and weeks that we can't get into the district. It's simply because of the commitment that we have together here to work on the road. And so, connectivity, road connectivity, all these things help to develop our district. Today, we have come to launch a ferry project. A ferry project that will be at the Bingland crossing point that will cross a vehicle up to 20 tons. I thought it was important for us to meet with the cross-section of our citizens to launch this project together, to kick it off so that we can take ownership of it. So that we know that this project is for us. So that we know that we have to rally around one another to make sure that we have our district open. Because the shortest route to district number 9 is through Zowenta and Bingland. And Bingland crossing point is right in the middle of the district. You cross there, you go on the left side, you go to the Mesolon belt. You go on the right side, you go to the Blenheim and Doru belt. Yeah, Mesolon and Doru belt, you go on the left side. So that is our deal. As a precursor to this ferry project, we talked to the Ministry of Public Works to do our major road in the district. That major road is a road that comes from Tapeta to Zikepa to Banque. As stated before, that this road has been contracted. There's an interruption because we all know you can't do heavy earthwork in the rainy season. No, that's the problem with road work. You can't do heavy, but we know that the contractor, at the last conversation we had, will be doing some activities, on the road to just keep it open. Unfortunately, cars don't travel there too much at this time. But when that road is open, it will go straight to Bingland and we develop a landing point where the ferry will land. As a precursor, also, we talk to our colleagues on the Bon County side, where the road from Nakestan Junction, when you're coming from Yulopa to the waterfront, we talked to them, they accepted our project, and they did that road to the water side. You can now leave from here at red light and take a taxi that will carry you straight to Bingland crossing point. Don't say who say on the regular say. So with that, it helps the ferry project because you get up here in the morning and then take your car and go out to Bingland crossing point. You get on the ferry that crosses the St. John River in about 5 or 10 minutes. Then you're on the NIMBA County side. So it will shorten our distance. It will open up, the southeast. It will create economic opportunities for us. Because of this road that was done to the waterfront there from Nakestan Junction, a market has now opened at that waterfront. Yes, the market has now opened at that waterfront. So this project, the ferry project, is intended to open up central Liberia. Central Liberia. You see, because you go from on our side, you go on Ganta is open. The economic activities going on there is blossoming. You see, why can't we have Zikepa open? Why can't we have a District 9? And Zikepa is the central point of this country. You will recall that at one point in time, President Ely Johnson Sirleaf declared it to be the capital of this country because it sits right in the middle of Liberia. District 9 is the only district in this country that is bordered by 5 counties. You got Bon County, you got Grand Bassa County, you got Riverside County, you got Sano County, you got Grand Jeddah. Yes. So, there is a need for a project as such to be carried on so that it can help to develop our district and by extension help to develop our county. See, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And I'm passionate about this project because not only will it improve our transportation capacity and capabilities, it will open up our district. Yes. Businesses will be easily, established in the district. When that road is open up, unless you have to go to Ganta, then you will go there. But people going to the southeast, Grand Cheddar, Sino, Grand Cru, Maryland, will all have access to that road and will easily and quickly get to their final destination. So my distinguished colleagues, we have called you here and we are appreciative that you have come for us to start this project together. This is a $38,000 project. The technical team will come and explain the whole thing to us so that we'll understand what it will mean. It will be constructed in Monrovia. When it gets done, we put it on the flatbed and take it to the point. Then we'll go there. That's where the real launching they call christening. You gotta christen it. Put it on the river, knock it out with a bottle of champagne, and thank God for. So I'm even calling on our forefathers and even perhaps our present fathers who live in our water to prepare themselves so that we can work together to make this ferry project a success. A success. So that we make it a success. Because without their blessing, you see, we'll have difficulties. Without your blessing, we'll have difficulties. And so, Eladopa and all of you, Commissioner, Chairman Reggie, our citizens, all of us who have come here today, our technical team, I say thank you. I want you to take ownership of this project. At the end of the day, we will have a community-based organization take over. Take over. So all of you who have community-based organizations or who may know of it in the district, whether you're from Gui and Doru, or you're from Do, or you're from Zela, Maison, and Blilong, once you are properly organized and registered with the sector agency, sure enough, you will have to take over the project. So it is important for us to have come at the onset so that you will know what it is that we want to do together. You see, what it is that we want to do together. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we have come. We have come to launch this project as a way of saying to our people that the message you gave to me before, because I remember I went to Walton. I got in a canoe from the Bonkante side. Yeah, crossed and went to Walton. I went to England, the same thing. I got in a canoe and crossed and went to, from Nakestan. I'm used to that one that become a mountain from the other side. I used to come from the other side. And cross. Yes. You see, same day, the same thing. And I still remember a statement that one of the gentlemen who was paddling the canoe told me. He said, Honorable Gweklo, we beg you, at some point in time, please create a condition because our forefathers paddled the canoe. Our fathers paddled the canoe. We have come now and we are paddling the canoe. There must be a stopping point so that we'll leave the paddles and then just cross without paddling the canoe. I don't remember the name of the gentleman, but I think it's a call from not only him, but a call on behalf of the citizens, calling for improvement in our watercraft arrangement. So, my dear brothers and sisters, my fathers and mothers, my friends, my colleagues, that prayer has been answered today. We thank you for this opportunity, and the colleagues from the fabrication center now will come and then unveil what it would look like and give us the explanation.
All right, that's it. That's the screen now representative informing you about
Thank you, Dan.
issues that will be happening.
I think there are a lot of things.
Again, that's it. That's the council meeting followed by district now representative of NIMBA council about to demonstrate the issue of that has to do with projects.
Because there are a lot of them. We all over around here. Some is there are bamboo state, some that wah, some are woods. But we are talking about the real one that can tow car. We're not talking about human being that can tow car. So when you go to the present so that they can unveil it so you can see. Thank you, Dan. You are welcome.
So, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I'd like to cut this ribbon, thereby unveiling the artist representation of the ferry that we're talking about.
Down there, touch you can see inside there.
That's the clear prints of the script.
The technical team again will come and do a projection, but there, the upper photo there is the artist representation of that ferry. It will be 12 feet wide, 32 feet long. Yeah, 32 feet long. Then 4 feet below water and 2 feet above water. Yeah. So it will be navigated by the winch principle. Winch. Yeah, where to move from one to. So there's a flap. You see at the end there's a flap at both ends. When you get to shore, the shore will be prepared. When you get to shore, then the flap will be laid on the ground, where the car will drive over it, and then the flap is lifted up, and then the winch mechanism moves it to the next shore, and then the other flap drops, and the car drives away. Yeah, so it takes up to 20 tons. We've been doing assessments. I went to Maryland. Yeah, Maryland, to see what it looks like at the Kavala River between Liberia and Ivory Coast. So the photo down there at the left, that's me and my colleague at the Kavala River. Yeah, then the next one there is the ferry. The ferry that crosses trucks and things right there. The second one coming from the left. Yeah. Then the middle one is how just an artist analogous, arrangement. You put it out there, the flap is down, and the car drives over it, then you cross it over. Okay. The next photo there is what we're using right now to cross the St. John River there. There are people in canoe, and then the raft that we cut over there, right there. Then there, the map there is the shortest distance, the route that we use. So we leave from here, you go to Palala. Palala, you branch to the right hand now and go all the way to Zuwenta, and then past Zuwenta, go to the waterfront. Then cross. Once you cross and get to Zikaba, you go straight to Tabeta. Then you're heading to the southeast now. Yeah. So once you get it together, you go this way, you go to Mesona, and you go the other way, you go to Lino, and then we in Doru. Yeah. Then the last map there is the geographic representation of Zikepa. When you partition the country into 4 segments, right in the middle there where that red dot is, that's Zikepa right there. Right in the middle. So wow. This project will help to open up that section of the country. You have regular movement of vehicles and people. It will help to open up businesses. Gas stations will open, guest houses will open, restaurants will open, you name it. Marketeers don't have to go to how you got a place, going down to go do their markets. They can do it right there in the district. So that's the project, my people. That's our project. And, I thank you, for receiving it. We're looking to the goodness of God to help complete that project. The construction time is about 45 to 50 days. 45 to 50 days. While they are constructing it here, we'll be working at the waterfront to make sure to have the landing properly done. The actual crossing point, those of you who have been to Bingla, when you go in there, it will be downstream. Yeah, downstream. You normally do it where the water current is slow. Yeah, the deepest part of the river, yeah, where the water current is slow. And in contrast to the ferry in Maryland, this one is a little bit more sophisticated. Yeah, it's a little more sophisticated. We'll have solar panels there to provide light arrangement. And even as the car is on there, people will have seating capacity. I think you see something there like a shelter. Yeah, right there. Yeah, where people will, be seated as it crosses over. Every single person will have a life jacket. Every single person. No matter what you do, you can be living under the water. While you're on top with us, you put on our life jacket. Yeah. And maintenance program will be there. The constructors will work with us for a time to make sure we train our people, to make sure that they manage, because at the end of the day, like I said, a CBO, we have to take over. A community-based organization have to take over for the benefit of the district. So thank you very much for your attention. And we'd like to, at this time now, invite the contractor to come and say some things about it in a few minutes.
Thank you. I think we got to roll that one. Because the contractor will be displaying clearly and what happening, how do we use it in the ferry. Yeah, you gotta move that. The play is like supposed to display whenever the current is, you stay with the Dutch and say.
Yeah, I think we are all right.
We are okay, right?
Yeah, we are all right.
Okay. Thank you. You are welcome.
Excuse me, I think most of you already know me. My name is Junior Whiteman, a maritime expert. Since I left Singapore, I have been on the ship, learning about ship all my years. And I'm an expert within the maritime domain. This project actually, after all my training at sea all around the world sailing, I saw it in many countries, and I said, wow, with all the workers we have in Nigeria, I'm happy. And I know that charity begins at home. So actually, this is the start of my life, this project. First of all, I want to say that the contractors that are contracted, they are here with us. And actually, I'm like an expert who is a consultant and working with them directly to make sure that this thing happens and happens safely for us in Yahweh district. District is developing and NIMBA County as a whole and Liberia in particular. Sure. First of all, I would want to introduce to you Mr. Amara. Mr. Amara is an extra. He's a welder, and I've worked with him before. We have built other watercraft in Liberia and other places, and actually I see that he do the right job, and that's why he was chosen to do this work as a contractor. With him, we have another expert there. Please stand up, Mr. D. Johnson. He has a lot of knowledge about it too, and working alone and with the company that is doing the construction. On the other hand is Mr. Julius Wilson, electronics electric engineer, who will be there to make sure of our solar panels and the construction about the lighting system that we're doing here. Apart from that, we got our own boy there, Mr. Gabriel, who will be working along in Bingland, especially with a team there to make sure that that part of the water side, especially for the landing, will be constructed efficiently. Okay, this is the St. John River Pontoon Project. We call it pontoon because it's built in the capacity that it can always float at sea. But I will give you a little bit insight of what is done to even have it floating so that we can all feel safe about the project. This project is entitled the St. John River Pontoon Ferry Project. It is initiated by District No. 9 Representative Dr. Johnson and Whitelaw. It will be located by the major crossing point between Bingla and Nakepa in NIMBA County and Nakepa in Bond County. The cost of the project, as it's told you, is about $38,000, and they implemented within 45 days, as you said. But we are saying at least 2 months. We should expect everything to be out. And it will be, the contractors are Pinsville Industrial Center. Right now, when I even went there, what I saw them doing, they fix car sheshi in Liberia. When your car trucks, sheshi break the road, you need to know the kind of bonding that they use in wedding and respected in Liberia. Okay, to introduce the project, we say that, as we said, we're just elaborating where it will be at the boundary between Bond and NIMBA County, and we are saying it's separating by the St. John River, and there you can see it from the map there. What touches me about what he said is that your district, District No. 9, is the only district in the Republic of Liberia that borders with 5 different counties. So when they open, where you will be crossing into the District No. 9, you will see Bond County bordering with us. We will see Grand Bassa bordering with us. We see Riverside bordering with us. We see Sano County bordering with us. And we see Grand Judah bordering with us. So we are being bordered by. So if we have transportation to go here, all these people, this is the shortest route that they can get to their counties. That's it. Okay. And as you said, we have a poster. This is some of the conditions we have now. Right now, you go there, you see a lot of motorbikes waiting, and they want to cross in Kino, and we want to stop that. And up there, you can see with the motorbikes, and these are the existing situations right now at the crossing point where we'll be constructing the ferry. Okay, then we come here to say this is the road from Monrovia. You have to cross down here to Kanta before you come down here to Tapeta, before you go to the Sophistic. But this part of the route, if we can build the ferry at this point, we will be cutting it short where we can just pass through here and then go. This is why we believe it's going to open up the district. This is the bisection of bigger one like what you talk about. If you bisect Liberia, taking it from here, you take a right down there, you take another lane from Maryland County. If you put something and measure these 2 distances and take the center point, it's right here in Zikepa. If you take also from the part of Liberia, this way, the 2 top part of Liberia, and then you take it from the Atlantic Ocean from the coast and bisect it again, we end up right here at the center part. And we feel that with this ferry, it's going to help the entire Liberia as well. This is the artistic design, like what you saw, like what we said, we'll be building a shelter out here. The shelter will be carrying solar panels that will be providing light. And as you see, we got the cables that will be holding it. The name I can give it is Zika Legogale. Because it goes like this, and it goes like this. We are saying that the length of the ferry is going to be 23 feet long. The beam of it is going to be 12 feet, and then the depth of it is going to be 4 feet. But the 4 feet, when a truck comes on it, is going to about 2 feet is going to be underwater, and we'll still have 2 feet on top of the water, according to our mathematical model and the design. Okay, this is actually the drawing of it. For safety reasons and for it to be able to hold on good and for other things, it's going to have one tank right here to the forward part here, another tank here, and another tank here. This will be 2 tanks. One is a port and one is a starboard. In the marine world, your right is a starboard and your left is your port. Okay, and then there will be a tank here. So whenever, okay, let's say this is the side view of it and this is the top view of it. So there will be one tank here, this will be another tank, and this will be another tank, and another tank, and another tank. So shoot in case, but we know that we are doing it after there will not be any water to go in there, so we shouldn't have situations like what you hear in Morocco. Okay? If anything happens, that water enters into this one, these other tanks are going to keep it afloat because of this buoyancy. Okay? And then we'll be able to pump this water up and do a repair. And the ferry will never go underwater. I promise you. Apart from the tanks, we will have main hole. Like this thing that is here, have a main hole and a breather. Because anything should have breather. So that when water goes inside, air should go out. Okay? And for instance, if one day, not every day we will use it for heavy trucks or for some sounds for some yellow machines. If they have to go, we will fill this tank with water. So that when the yellow machine or any heavy thing is joining on this side can never lift up. That means that we know we are trying to take more than 20 tons, although it is designed to carry 20 tons. So that while 2 tanks will be there, that water can go inside and leave. In the future, when we know that things are very fine in that district and how we have to go, we can even use this as a station where we can put fuel into these tanks because they will be empty tanks. And we should know that fuel is an oil. It floats. Okay? So you putting fuel there will never carry it down. It will rather give it a good stability. And then even here now, we can be selling the fuel in the future, depending on the NGO that will take over after we have trained them. Okay? Yeah. Actually, this is the cost summary of the project. We'll be using for $44,000 for the material alone, which is 66% of the money that we'll use. Labor will take about $5,500. As you know, Mr. The contractor, he's my best friend, and we have talked to him. I brought him down. I said, look, immediately we do this thing, like we got a lot of waters. We will continue. First, when I started building my first boats and he joined me, I told him that, and now he's seeing it coming, so he believes what I'm saying. Most of the crossing points in Liberia will come back to us, and we'll be building it for them this time. Then the transportation. We will be taking, after we construct it, we will be taking it there, and we will have a lot of transportation for the materials and all, because a lot of construction go there, so we put $2,400 for transportation up and down. Then for the equipment that we are using, the potting, the generators, and all this kind of thing, from here you will go there. We now got a generator that we have brought on the base so that when LEC is not even there, we can construct in order to be able to finish it at time. Administrative overhead. And then the total is the 28,000. Now, 38,000. No, keep the slab. Now, if you look at it from the front, as you see this thing here, it looks like it is flat, but there's a chamfer here, in order, which is about a little, so that anytime rain falls here, it will slide out. But it will be able to take the car, okay? And then forward too, we will have these tensions. This yellow line you see are angle bars. This big one you see are U bars. So you can know how many structures, how many steel members we are using to construct it to make it rigid. Okay, this is when we have the shelter that people that are running the bus with the boat, the ferry that will be under when the car has come, because you cannot be in the car and then while we are crossing. So you have to come and sit down somewhere while we are crossing. So we will have a shelter there. This is a representation, a top view to show that this will be the car. This is the longest type of trunk that we can have. Any trunk that will be about 22 feet long. We'll be able to get on it like this. We'll still have space. Okay? And then we will go like this. Okay, what you see coming up here, we call it ramp. Okay? These ramps are the one I will open like this in order for the car to roll on it, because this cannot climb a show. So it will be closer to a show, and this ramp is going to lay like this, and then the car will come on it and come into this position before we cross. And we have buttons on it and where we can shackle the car so that there should be no sliding forward, up, and put in stable. Okay, this is the same representation. Let's go back. This is the same representation. This is how maybe a truck, okay, a motor will be sitting on it. Okay, and these are, as you see from here, you see all these yellows, blues, greens, and everything. Those are steel members that will be crossing before we put the steel plate on it. Okay? Okay, and we should know that this project is being built by qualified and experienced with track records and designing and fabricating watercraft in Liberia. As you see in this photo. This photo was taken from the first one that was ever constructed with my colleagues at the free port of Liberia. You know that they just built a new LPR-TV here, and they needed some watercraft to move there. So we constructed these ones there. And we are in a process too where we have been started already, but we need a lot of money. Okay, watercraft project costs a lot of money, so we have been able to build our own watercraft on our water. This one was built some time ago. He built it, and we use it on the Do River in order to reduce the transport in Liberia that will come from SKD Boulevard. This is where we launched it, and we took it straight to the Providence Island the same day we launched it. And then you can see people sitting inside, children and everybody, and then they wear it and they are so happy. All of them you see with life jackets and everything. As you can see, this is the one, and we call it Boiklo. We name it Boiklo. That's the name we gave it. So these are the constructions, and this is the one we use on the free port for Technofab, and this is it with camera photos. This is the steering that we had on it, because this one had a motor that can take you. It is not like this one. This one is going to have a solar panel, then they will have a winch. You know the winch that can be in front of the trucks, right? So that when the truck hits, they can pull it. This is what will be pulling it, Zidale and Kokali. You understand? And this winch will be operated by a 24-volt battery, two 24-volt battery that will be charged by the solar panel, which will be operating the winch. We will also have a manual winch there, should in case anything happens, that we can just hold it. But I bet you, a one-man soul and one-man soul can board that ferry with a car only to the other end. Yes. I want to thank you all and to share you a little bit. My name is Donald Breitler. I'm a professor at the Liberian Marine Training Institute in Marsha. I'm a marine engineer by profession and a safety officer, and also I'm a maritime safety expert, instructor at the Liberian Maritime Training Institute.
That was it. That was the demonstration of the District 9 Ferry project. Those are engineers, experts.
Because we got borrowed medicine. We ourselves want to borrow medicine. The next item of the program is complimentary remark. Our mother, our director, how we recognize. Because what we're going to talk about today, we are seeing Zue. Our mother, we got 2 minutes for each person that we talk.
Not 2 minutes on there. Zue, yeah, women's long Zue. Go. I'm tongue-tied to see a grandchild of mine because that boy was baby for me here in I go way there. That my uncle son there used to call him grandchild. And to see them men that have been but I'm a small brother. I don't want to lie to you. I'm jealous they were very old. I'm too proud of him for what he has brought. We have lived long here. I want to say thank you. Papa, if I was somewhere there, the place I wanted you to put me, I had who were coming to get 4 5 months salary. But I know well, but my little husband, my your staff will know what we do. I'm too proud of you. I'm too proud of the young men, especially the boys that have put themselves together in learning to build up our district that have been forgotten. Our district is a central point. Why you have open our place and open a city? We need to go home when I roll open to build schools because we don't have city ordinance. To bring things that our city will be built. Thank you, Papa. I stop right there.
Dr. Donnie is supposed to be here, but he bereaved. Councillor Gonglo, in town. And now we call on our former representative of our maternal team now. End of processing. Okay. Now we call Mr. Wilaye.
Yeah, okay. All distinguished platform guests, fellow citizens, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very proud and thankful to God to give me the opportunity to be part of this occasion and to witness the happening here at this time. I want to take this time to extend many thanks to the President of the Honorable for what he has started. I would like to pledge my individual and family support towards this all important project. I know the geography of the area that you were trying to illustrate is a terrain that I'm very quite aware of the happening there at times. So with this, we'll alleviate some of the problems that very often occur at this process. So I want to have to take much of your time. I want to say thank you very much.
We call on Kadiri Dan, one of our father of the land.
I'll put it over there. I want to say thank you. I think the 26th April, May, apart from being one, when they have a memorial at 4 o'clock, very short distance. We are happy for what you start to do. We know you're going to do. We want to say thank you so much. You know, our own trustee, when our name trustee one morning, we walk in and say, oh, someone our boat is on the water. I said, boat? So we ran there. Now I began doing. But when I saw the boat, people were sitting there from, I think, Pinsway, were going on the other side of the king on show. I said, yeah, this is what I've been learning, and I'm sure that you will do it. So we want to say thank you. All of you who initiated, we want to say thank you. And it will live out to go home. Thank you very much.
We're calling our GO, our district educational officer, Mr. Michael Boy. You're highly recognized. Want to take the time to tell Roberto thank you as he was interact. Young Mason will say thank you. Bring greeting to you from Young Mason, the Kenya district. It is important that that road is open.
Because anytime when I leave from over there by truck, I think maybe and back.
Yes.
As we are working toward the improve the sector, one order to show up. When you go back home, get donor from together. We did that because we were still ready those days to go to school. But today our children don't want to go to school. That is difficulty I'm going through. In 3 weeks time, we have covered the whole district.
That's good.
Found out that what is happening. But I want to tell you that unfortunately, the children don't want to go to school. And so I'm having series of meetings. I've been having series of meetings. I have sectorial meeting. We are having from school to school. All the schools in India are covered almost all. Only 6 remain. And we are planning to have district stakeholder meeting in education to include the 3 commissioners, superintendent, the time from the township all the way down, so that we can find amicable solution to this. Yes, in 5 years time, if we don't do anything, the IMS will remain darkness. Because I'm not going to school. I've been fighting and fighting today.
Thank you.
And so I'm thankful to Mr. Grego. Though we fought here to get a position, but he was a the Bible, and that my father they take it. So they did the right recommendation. Other people will tell you how we say it, but we are fighting improving our sector behind the sun. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable GO, thank you very much. We move to the Commander-in-Chief, Papi Adopa himself.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm daydreaming. I see my teeth in a FERRY cross.
I
Thank you. Who would like to share on Roberto? Thank you for bringing about the idea. And the children have come to do the piece of work for us. We who are here, who are citizens of Yahweh Mission, yes, the NIMBA, we must see ourselves as partners to this progress. Not only a partner, but contributing partner to the success of the ferry crossing that will be England. One of my mentors told me, Peter, don't let you defeat yourself. What I'm saying, I'm a man, you know, when I talk something, I think my wife said, so that I'm going to do. And nothing that I say I will do, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
Once God gave me the life and gave me the health, I will all love to do it. I let it to feed myself. Likewise, my children. You are talking about older person. On October 19, this year I'll be 77 years old.
Wow, that's good.
So, we must be willing. Honorable Guato alone cannot do it. He will not take a stipend to pay that ferry. He will not take a salary to pay the ferry. It is about our willingness, our readiness, our willingness to contribute. Be a moral contribution, be a financial contribution. You must be willing to do it. And that will be it. And I challenge all of you, all of the people of this number 9 who are here present, even NIMBA County, the 5 counties that border us, will also be willing because they will be beneficiary. All of the 5 counties. People will be crossing there now. You will see Ganga Road. I'm going to give you if I go to I was coming back to you come from Lower.
Yes.
That's what they come to. And they're going to see the people. They will be crossing to bring now our country, our town, our inherit. What do they do when say, I don't know where they're going? You will not see that. And so my people are better of us. Let us be willing Even the man sit down there to take money from your pocket. So when you're present to the place to pay on the board that you I can't about one man so I can take it and put it for your old man in the interior get anything. But I want or I come you care of is how you care to roll to the wall from the floor. You can modify your action. But you willing to do. Honorable, I will speak.
Thank you. Thank you, Padoba. How are you, Dadogweglo? How are you? How are you in spirit? How are you in every other condition? We call on our honorable commissioners, our standard Fremont, our administrative district, all protocols here. Where we all have come to witness the starting of the ferry. But my message to all of us is what I just captured from the honorable man's speech. That he brought us together so that we can take ownership of the ferry, not for him, but Yahweh Mesno. And as we are all aware, ownership goes along with responsibility. So we must also be responsible to make sure that this thing comes to pass and to handle it properly. Sometimes people spend money on this thing, but the care also there. This ferry is our ferry. We for Yahweh Mesno, District Number 9, we should take responsibility and ask our brothers and sisters down there to make sure that people are working. If we don't have the cash to give, we will provide them food, provide them shelter. That would be our own moral support. I want to say a big thank you to the Gweglo office and a big thank you to all the citizens of Yahweh Mesno. We all have to work together. This is not about politics. This is about development. And let us all help to develop. You want to have to be representative before you can develop Yahweh Mesno or District Number 9. You can put in a little you have. You can do a little thing you're able to do. Donald has shown all his knowledge right now. That's some form of development. He's not representative, he's not superintendent, he's not commissioner, but the citizen of Yahweh Mesno. And everywhere we go today, those of us who are not seeing him, or you are not seeing him before, you will now know that there's an engine there for Sikeba. And that is what we want. Not only to shape blame, to get criticism, write PP text, that's not all. So we want this place to be developed, and it requires all of our collective efforts. We want to say thank you for your coming. And I'm a word to the DO, Honorable Representative. The school system in Yahweh Mesno where you come from. Very, very poor. And not coming from the part of the DO and this and that. But our own children and the parents are not taking responsibility for the children to go to school. So I think we got to do it mandatory. Or else, the next 5 years to come, we don't have anybody to replace people. We have be there. The thing we're talking about is that people working with traveling people from different countries to come and operate. So I want to say thank you. Whatever, all of you, thank you. I think people are there for that, and I want to say God bless all of us. Let's take responsibility of our own thing. Thank you. Thank you. Responsibility, ownership, go with responsibility. That's one of the key messages. Now we come to our national chair. Honorable Nede, you are highly recognized.
Well, all protocols observed and sustained. I want to say good afternoon to all. I'm one of the very, very happy persons, if there are some in our midst today, because it's the dream come true for some of us. But let me just be brief to tell Honorable Gweglo thank you. And my thank you is going beyond this project. I want to say thank you for taking on the challenge. Most of you will remember that we were here about a year or two ago, and somebody, a prominent citizen of NIMBA County, stood here and relegated and demeaned citizens of Yamiso County District. He was naming there and said, "Oh, these people, you're from Yamiso, but no road there." Do you remember that? Yes. And there I felt that he was only challenging us. But I told the owner, I said, look, for me, what the councilor, the judge said, I wanted to take issue with him, but no, you can't. Because I wanted to tell him that the development that you see in Ghana was not done by the citizens. I wanted to say that. And he could prove me wrong. Because county and national development bureau roads, they did everything that you see in Ghana, in Secretariat, anywhere. It was not, no citizen can come to me and say they took money from their pocket to build clinic there. So it said that NIMBA can expect us to take money from our pocket to build the roads in our district before it could be built. That was my problem with him. But again, we are now taking the challenge. This is a very laudable project that all of us can say hi to. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We think that this project is the beginning of, and what's going on? This project, I want to say, and maybe that will be my challenge, that this project is going to be the beginning of a FERRY program for District Number 9.
Yes.
Honorable, being here alone cannot serve the district. We will want another FERRY, maybe in Ghana, maybe in Lintwin, or any other place. But the journey of a million miles always starts with the first one. So this is the first step.
Amen.
I want to say thank you. Everything we just say here will be thank you and thank you and thank you. My people, it is for us to own the project. I mean, everybody has said it. Let's not waste your time on it. But we think that it should be emphasized that we need to own this project, not only in words, but in deeds. So I'm sure that after this, there is going to be another initiative, another maybe forum that I think when we do that, it will be a very good program. I want to say thank you very much. Let God bless you and let God bless us for this project to succeed. Thank you.
Can we get a big hand clap? Thank you people all for the complimentary remark. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, National. It's not about only saying it in our mouth. If I will be a journalist during that day, I will say, you play the councilor statement again to read awake the mind of the people to let them know that yes, we need to move strong. The brain from Yahweh is very big. If you critically study the surrounding of NIMBA County, the more educated people, if I'm not making mistake from the district of Yahweh, 80% from my own understanding. So we can't be there to take development to quality. And it is our people that are not here alone going to go on our road. There are a lot of heroes that need to go on our road. There are a lot of heroes that when there's any other statement, it always affects everybody. So we want everybody to come with their full muscle. And we can see the project will come to pass. Few days, they just gave a few amount of money to honor road because as you say in the entire Republic of Liberia, but now only one. We are not talking about the school. We are not talking about the clinic contribution. We are not talking about the bridge we've been constructing. We are not talking about the road rehabilitation. But this one has become a really tool all over. So we need everybody muscle to be part of the program that we also can see a successful match our parents aggressively. Thank you very much. We move to the next item. Special remark, we got 5 administrative districts within district number 9. We got those administrative districts, any man from there?
Yeah.
On behalf of those, thank you, you are most welcome. Mother,
okay, I'm Jimty Sajwa from Gray. I am the development chairman of the Great Report Development Association, and we are jealous people, assisted by the Honorable Federal, that every time we carry a flag to him, we don't just sit and say he will do for us instantly, but we can identify our problem and go to him. So we are very jealous of that. Thank you very much. And he made emphasis here and said that a lot of developments are in NIMBA. One involved the health sector, where the things have been built in some part of the Penang. Then he talked about the road from Bankway to Sigepa and down to Tapetai. That the food, it needs to be workable. Then we came to the education sector. I'm a teacher, classroom teacher too. That we went there, we talked with him, and our school left on right, junior high to senior high. In just a quite recent time, we're behind because we need some teachers to go there and tutor our students so that they can make a free pass. Everybody will not receive it at the same time. It's just enough to always remind him. I want to say thank you, Honorable. Thank you for what? Going to the request and the request of everybody from your area, also from those sectors that we feel that they are going down. And what the DO just said, those kind of conditions are very pitiful. When you hear people not saying not going to school, so when I talk about it here, then who will replace you tomorrow? Let's turn to the ear of everybody. That is my request to you. I thank you.
Thank you. That's the other from go there. We move to Mesno Administrative District. Any representation?
Okay. Good evening to everybody. My name is NIMBA Osonudan. I'm from Mesno. I've just come to tell the Honorable thank you, along with his office staff, for thinking the way we all are thinking. You said it all, and the presenter actually showed it all. This project is not actually district no now or Yawon Mesno project. This project, in fact, is an opener for the whole country. So I was sitting down to see, envisioning when this shall have actually been completed. Nobody will go counter like everybody said. And we ourselves will be drawing people who making business counter us. Don't be surprised some of us will be coming to look for the city mayor or the government now. Why y'all looking at my mom? My mom is that mayor there or what? But it is actually good. I'm so proud of this project. But I want to talk to us, the youth, because I was in one program. One old man with gray hair like my father, I had a youth coordinator for this district. So I said, you? I said, man, don't bring that thing to me. That man of 15 years that will fought in a country from my age, So let me speak on behalf of the youth of our district. I will go on behalf of the Snow Administrative District. I want to say thank you. Because this project will actually impact we the youth as compared to you people. So for us, the youth, we need to take this project to be ours. Let's forget about politics. Politics have been divided us. I think that's what I can see. Liberia, I don't know about other countries as a whole. Particularly NIMBA, politics have just been divided. You can't get on nowhere. This project is far from politics. And for me, the little I'm able to do, we always do it on behalf of our youth of that district. Thank you very much.
Properly aside, we discuss the development matter in the district. We'll move quickly to Zena Administrative District. Any representation? Thank you. All right.
Well, by way of introduction, I'm Moses Isamabe. Better still, you call me Zena 1. What I bring you greetings from people of Zena on this joyous day where we have assembled to celebrate this life-improving system in our district. What our honorable workload, words of appreciations are inadequate to express. As I sat back here, I'm thinking of tomorrow. What will be the outcome? There, as many others have been saying, we have to put politics away and come together. Even before you come, our father was narrating some historical highlights on Thursday. But today, I can tell you that politics is dividing us. The welfare ascendancy, I know Thursday will come back. It's just a matter of time. So I want to say thank you on behalf of my people of Zena for this initiative. It will actually open the minds of our people. Even what they're saying about education, they see their friend passing through their country, some mechanic, some driver, some different career. Something will come to their mind that I can be like this man or this boy. And that will improve the life of our brothers and sisters by whom. So I just want to say thank you. The people of Zena are with you in whatever way. In spirit, financially, will come to your aid. I want to buttress what our chairman just said, that in the shortest possible time, the program should be initiated where we were somewhere here to give the little contribution that we had to make for this program to be a success. So again, on behalf of my people, this for me is still a dream, but I want to say please thank you. This is what leadership is all about. A leader that doesn't distinguish, a leader that considers all to be one, a leader that comes to your aid in times of need. Our people by whom are in need of this. And if this comes to realization, I can promise you that your legacy will remain in history forever. So again, I want to say thank you for all of that come. Our engineer who has just left. Gentlemen, I want to say thank you. I believe, my little daughter, my last daughter yet. Yeah. My last daughter yet is really injured until Monica. Okay, she's really civil engineer in the university. So we want to encourage you, all of us here are parents. What make our people buy home? Sometimes when we go back home and see the little children going astray, I sometimes blame the society. Because nowadays, our parents don't have full control over their children now because of human rights. Unlike those days in the past where some action is taken. But however, I want to stop here so far and say thank you very much and may God bless you in your endeavor.
Thank you, Mr. Salave. Your great grandchildren come to see the FERRY in Jesus' name. Now we move to Blinland Administrative District.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Honorable, I don't even know what to say. Because they give me that certain song. In fact, they're not song per se. I don't know whether they're parallel or what. They say, one and deeper, come on, that's that. When people sit back there, they say a whole lot of things.
But for us to come today and see this, I would say thank you ever so much. This is just a starting. For the past, if people have been doing it like this, then we've gone far. Then we've gone far. We're not even around here again. But I know since you already started it, other people who will come, they will say, since I saw them one, let me do more than this. So we say thank you ever so much. We will never forget about it easily. On behalf of Blenheim Administrative District, we are with you. Because we love development. I came from a town that loved development more than any other thing. Sampa, to be specific. When we heard that, we the classroom instructor, when we see people, we can want them to be talking for less than 2 minutes. And we ask our people, ask the honorable, that the people should try and bring our road to Sampa. When he gave them the green light, we said, but then you already have the honorable. We bought 4 drums of fuel now and we're keeping it. Wow. Honorable can say, but why the bro? We say, you keep that fuel. On behalf of Blenheim, and people, the name here is Dolake. One person can make it. For Blenheim, that our initial contribution is $20 USD. We are with you. Anywhere you reach, they call upon us. Thank you.
Thank you. We told you people who got 5 administrative districts are operating within the parameter of District 9. So now we move to be Doro Administrative District. Thank you. If you know representation, yes. However, there are some professional people around us who are sometimes they are not in most around, but sometimes they go and come. And they are involved in the same field of what we're discussing right now. That it might be our technician tomorrow after the company has left. Mr. Tiger, Mr. Cyrus, we will have to recognize. Title patience. Okay.
You're also from the other ASCII of Yahweh Snooker District citizen. Work for Aslan Town. We are very grateful to be here. I traveled last night and I was on my way when Honorable called me. I have not even reached my house. So I'm so delighted. We will support this program to the end. Other opportunities out there. We'll be suggesting some opportunities because we know that such a time, difficult times, we can also stretch our opportunities out there across the athlete to get opportunities and help from other people. So Honorable Johnson, we will be liaising with your team and other team, engineering team, like Bona and our close. And we'll be suggesting a lot of opportunities for the group. For the kind project that we're trying to run. So we are hopeful. I'm shocked that this money is a little small money. Even every citizen in Yahweh just contribute $100 or even $1 US. You can implement a project in less than 2 months. Yes. So it's a challenge. Development is about something that benefits a lot of people. Politics benefit few people. This project is developmental. So I'm sure it will bring in a lot of people, it helps a lot of people. So we fully support it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The ownership go with responsibility. That's a major lesson for the day. The ownership go with responsibility. We are discussing District 9. Today I met that I also went to lay a lot for a historical statement. Uncle P, our pa, our grandpa, I always admire him too. So he had a little statement to give to us before we can climax.
Praise the Lord. Thank you for giving me another opportunity to stand to talk to Honorable Kweku. Like I said, the way God brought me, I love it. The way He fixed me, I love it. So you see, you know, be happy. I say, jump. The thing where God have me, you can criticize it. I love my own way. When I talk something, I would like to follow it up. When I say I want to do this, the way you made me happy today, Gweglo, you made me happy. So I'm with you. Okay. You made me happy. Like I said, let me tell you the story when I went home the last time. I went to bury my sister. While coming, we came with Pa Mena, between Feeding and Mena. That they bridge there. Oh, yeah. They hell of a plane throw now for down in that place. So I will come to go to where the next day. I said, what are you doing now? We have to. So I said, anyway, but then the car around, let's go back to camp. Who do not like to, I don't like to ride motorbike. But that day, it was constrained, it was compelling me to ride motorbike. So I told the person, my man, to get me to the thing. How much you charge me? He said, I assisted that. Thinking that the ferry they talk about, it was my first time seeing it. So when they do land on fire, whatever, watching going down, the boss said, let me put a motorbike in. I said, they think we're going to cry, put a motorbike there, they will not hold that. The boss said, wait. And then another fellow came with another motorbike. I said, but all the things I'm doing, my man, I can't swim. Let me take my swim. So if you know, think of my eye, look on that. They've been putting on that motorbike, they brought me to Banka. But 2 o'clock I was in Montreal. I said, what? So when you talk about ferry that I'm seeing here, I'm very happy. They were happy before I was willing that I should happen. We will put our food behind you. We'll get grumpy money, we'll put it there. We'll get pepper money, we'll put it there. Go ahead. Having said that, on behalf of me and Mrs. D. Lasitopa, this is our initial contribution.
Wow. Thank you, Edo. Thank you, Edo. All right, so that's it. Some contributions we made as citizens of District 9 as we here are implementing the ferry projects. It's been referred to as Potom ferry projects.
Thank you.
Thank you, Padova. By the representative.
For me, the reason I didn't put
That's the representative of District number 9 in
colloquiality.
Yeah. Thank you. Magically, listen.
Yes. Honorable, all commissioners and all the people from the district, you are playing. And our chairman, quick. Rally. Can I call you? Go here, can't go here. Nema yere won ke be ke no go lo fe ya na de ani ka ge je me le everybody so ka le everybody come quick so we start the day now playing it as a night play over radio announce all the young Muslim people in America, in Italy, they die when they come. You get up car. We'll say we'll do that yet. We'll go to the house and walk around. Immediately, they will not finish. Their money will finish.
Thank you, Mara. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. We have come to the next item in the bulletin, that is Chief of Officer of District Number 9, NIMBA County, Honorable Kolomo Wai Jolly.
All right, thank you very much for that recognition. Let me start by saying, Honorable Dr. Johnson and Gweklo representative, I say our full-time representative of District Number 9, NIMBA County, and all protocols observed. We want to say thank you to all of you that come on this identical short notice. Due to excitement, the love, and interest in this project, we call you on short notice and you all made it possible to be here. So we want to just tell all of you thank you. I know that on the Bidoru, we didn't have someone to represent here. I know they didn't mean it, but maybe due to the short notice. But like our elders have said, we hope and pray that we'll have a major forum, that we'll all come here, and like we are just started to start celebrating this project. By God's grace, to the fact that someone thought about this project, we know that it is already done. In Jesus' name. Amen. And so the technicians too who have come, the contractors who have come to do this project are also excited about it. You know, you noted the presenter here to be our own brother. So he are really mobilized those guys and they are really enthusiastic. They are now set to start molding the ferry today. So they got some term they gave me and we placed in this thing. By the way of the announcement, I'll put the bulletins and the announcement together. They get something they call Q lane. That's a technical word for starting the molding of a ferry. And so from right here, we will give room to our dignitaries to move along with the honorable. Like we mostly do, those who are in football team, we do the kick-off, where we get somebody to come and get the football started. So they are prepared the place that where they are going. The honorable will go there and they will train on how to start molding the ferry. So that will be done in the presence of you, the dignitaries, right after here. Beyond that, I think it's just the celebration from now going forward. Our mother, our cheerleader is here, Ma Annie Dan is here, along with her team and the rest of the Crusader members. I think they are going to be providing us some cold water that we can all, keep together on it. Thank you very much for the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much for all this time.
Before you close, I just want to re-echo the proposal, that we made, and we are getting, a lot of support now. Yeah. And to let you know that shortly we will be informing you, or let's say calling you back here, so that all of us can sit here and see how we can actually move this process forward in terms of, mobilizing resources. Please, when we call you, even as we go now, we know that you will be ambassadors for this project now, to give the message to other people, so that when that day comes, many people will be here to start the project. Thank you.
Thank you, National.